Good morning, Spartans. Welcome to another mini tutorial. I try to make these things no more than 5 minutes. I know the last one was over 5 minutes, but let's try to do this a little faster. Okay. So what you're going to learn today is converting a type layer to a shape layer. Okay. So here we have the word shape. Notice the type layer. Now again, the interface is CS6. So it's a little bit different, but the functions are the same, just the appearance is slightly different. So just make sure you listen to what I say about it, and you'll have no problem following along. Now, here's my shape layer. So let's say you go through all the things you know about type layers, and in other words, the character palette, you're able to resize that. Here's horizontal scale, here's tracking, okay, all those good things, right? Okay, vertical, blah blah blah, you change the fonts, the font style. Okay, so assuming you know all that, which you should, because we've had a couple typography lessons, right? Okay, now from this point, what you're going to want to do when you do your concept logo is you're going to want to change this shape. Sorry for their interruption. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, you're going to right click, or in other words, control click the layer. Now don't control click right on the word or right on the little T there. You got to go to the right side over in your blue area of that layers palette. Mine happens to be sort of this gray blue. Okay, but you're going to go over to the right side and do control click, and right here convert to shape. Alright, now what you're going to notice in your layers palette for CS3, you're going to see a colored square and then a little chain link in the middle, and then to the right it's going to show your word. This is a little different. CS6 is a little bit different, but it acts the same way. So here's what we're going to want to do. We're going to come over to the toolbar, and I want you to recognize, let me see, I'm going to make it a single column because you'll have that by default. If you come all the way down below the T, you see an arrow. You've got a black arrow and you've got a white arrow. The black is path selection tool. So I'm going to take that, and what you can do is you can affect each individual letter, okay? Or you can come into the shape. Rather, you can take your entire arrow and select the shape like that. You can then move it over. You can resize, right? Command T, hold the shift, drag a corner to resize it in proportion. Okay? Okay, so there's that. Then you got to hit enter to apply. But then you can take each individual letter. You can't do this when it's still a type layer. Okay, again, you got to change it to, or convert it to a shape layer. But see, this is going to give you many more options for your concept logo. Okay. Okay, you can also take individual letters. Command T, resize that. Maybe you want to resize just the one letter. Maybe you can angle it. So it all depends on what kind of concept you're trying to illustrate. Okay, then you've got the white arrow below. The white is a direct selection arrow, and what that does, you can select just the handles on those individual letters. Look at that, that's pretty cool. You can grab with your arrow and drag like so, or you can sort of drag your arrow across maybe the upper part of that letter like I'm doing with this P, and use your arrow key on the keyboard. If I hold shift and I use that up arrow, it goes by 10 pixels. If I let go of shift and I just use the arrow, it moves by 1 pixel at a time. Okay, so this is something I want you to explore. I want you to explore changing the type layer, and it's going to be required, so you got to change the type layer to a shape layer, and then again use the black selection tool and the white selection tool, and then you can move the entire layer again with your move tool. Okay, and then you can resize it in this way. Okay, so that's about it. and I think this is roughly a 5-minute video. If I go over a little bit, I apologize. Hope that helps. Please review the video. Okay, we'll see you next time.